It started with a hush and a heartbeat. Angel Reese at the stripe, the crowd buzzing, the game still within reach. 1 make changes the math, 2 makes give Chicago a lifeline in Phoenix. Instead, the moment soured. The first clanged, the second slipped. And in an instant, a tight finish turned into a blooper reel that spread across timelines faster than a fast break. By the time the horn sounded, it wasn't just a loss. It was an open mic night for blame. Chicago fans erupted like a shaken soda can. The target list formed in seconds. Tyler Marsh front and center, rotations, play calling, endgame management. The clipboard brigade took the first volley while Angel's stat line, 15 points, 20 rebounds, got waved like a hall pass against criticism. Never mind that crunch time is a ledger without sentiment. Never mind that great nights still ask for great moments. Chicago decided the culprit wore a polo, not a jersey. The scapegoat tour isn't new. It shows up every time a star stumbles and a game slips away. But this one carried extra voltage because the Sky have been living on a knife's edge all season. Injury updates, chemistry questions, a locker room that too often looks like it's freelancing instead of following. And in the middle of it, all Angel Reese, magnetic, polarizing, relentless on the glass, keeps racking up double-doubles that sound louder on social than they land in the standings. The number that doesn't trend as easily? How often those double-doubles coincide with losses? The post-game discourse split along familiar fault lines. One side pulled up pick-and-roll usage charts like exhibits in court. Why isn't Reese being featured more as a roller? Why do other bigs get those touches while she sits near the bottom of the league in attempts? Another side fired back with minutes, injuries, and context. Yes, players ahead of her missed time too. Yes, some of those systems are built to spam the action. Yes, the Sky can throw it to Camilla or Ewil in space, but not design the same runway for Angel. But watch the tape. This isn't just about a pet action or a pet peeve. It's about how a team decides games, who gets the ball, where they get it, and what happens when the lights burn hot. In Phoenix, Chicago had their chance. They created the moment. And it wasn't a play sheet or a whistle that front-rimmed the outcome. Blaming a coach is cathartic. It names a villain. It promises an easy fix. Fans scrolled through substitutions like Zapruder frames, searching for the exact moment Marsh cost them the game. Should he have called time sooner? Later? Should he have designed the last look for someone else? Social media can turn a single possession into a referendum on leadership. But none of that rewinds a free throw. None of that turns a clang into a swish. And yet, this viral unraveling doesn't live in a vacuum. It lives under a shadow, Caitlin Clark's. The split screen is merciless. On one side, Clark pulling from deep, dragging attendance up by the collar, forcing teams to move games to bigger buildings, spiking broadcast numbers with nothing but a jump shot and timing. On the other, Reese's cornerstone nights ending in losses, her toughest moments immediately cushioned by 1,000 explanations. One player's highlight is fuel. The other's miscue becomes a courtroom. That's when the discourse gets weird. When the box score bites, some fans reach for the shift key. Actually, viewership is up. Actually, the league is bigger than ever. Actually, look closely and the boasts get elastic. Obscure time slots, favorable comparisons, creative counting that blurs tickets distributed with actual bodies and seats. Meanwhile, the Caitlin effect doesn't need asterisks. It's not a whisper, it's a siren. Networks don't rearrange schedules for vibes. Arenas don't swap dates for illusions. The demand follows her like a comet, measurable from orbit. 2. Contrast bleeds back into Chicago. When a finish goes sideways, the blame carousel spins. If it's not the coach, it's the officiating. If it's not the officiating, it's the system. If it's not the system, it's the teammates. She's the future, but she's unsupported. She's dominant, but she's misused. She's everything, but never responsible. It's a whiplash logic that protects the favorite by hollowing out the accountability that turns talent into terror. The irony is that Angel's supporters don't need to inflate anything. Their nervous energy makes her look smaller than she is. A bad night doesn't erase a season. A missed free throw doesn't erase a double. Owning the moment would do more for her profile than all the spin in the world. She had it. She missed it. She'll take it again. That's how stars talk. The rest is static. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark's gravity keeps shrinking the distance between hype and proof. The numbers don't ask for permission. They just show up. When she plays, feeds spike, resale markets jump, arenas hum. When she's out, the WNBA's volume dips and the league's marketing suddenly gets quieter about metrics. That's not a morality tale, it's a market report. You can dislike the narrative and still acknowledge its shape. Back in Chicago, the season keeps asking the same question in different accents. Who are the Sky when it matters? The answer can't be a hashtag, a theory thread, or a referee reel. It has to be something that survives contact, an action you trust, a player you follow, a hierarchy that makes sense when everything else doesn't. If Angel wants that throne, it's there. But it won't arrive by decree. It will arrive the way crunch time crowns always do, one possession at a time above everything, let the accountability cut both ways. Coaches own rotations, players own outcomes. If the free throws fall, the noise evaporates. If they don't, the offseason needs to include the 1,000 repetitions that turn dread into habit. There's no shortcut around that. There never has been. So, yes, Angel Reese put up 15 and 20. Yes, she battled. Yes, she was one play from rewriting a night. But stars are the punctuation at the end of a game's last sentence. Period or question mark, that's the job. She has the size, the motor, the charisma. What she needs is the finish. No committee can vote that into existence. The next time she steps to the line with everything heavy and loud, there won't be a thread or a chart in the world that matters. It'll be quiet. It'll be simple. 2 dribbles, 1 breath, and a ball that either remembers her or goes looking for someone else. Until then, Chicago can keep arguing with itself, refreshing the blame carousel, and making the case that everything would be different if the universe tilted friendlier. Or it can choose the boring, uncomfortable, beautiful work of getting better where it hurts. That's how you turn a blooper into a blueprint. That's how you turn a gasp into a grin. And that's how you make sure the next time the moment arrives, you meet it. No excuses, no spin, no exit signs, just a net that snaps and a game that belongs to you.